There is a difference between seeing and knowing. Well, if you're joining us in reading through this 60-day reading plan, today's reading is 1 John 5, 13 through 21, and I encourage you to read that passage. Now, what is the difference between seeing something and knowing something? Can seeing something lead you into some other kind of knowledge? Well, the story about Sir Isaac Newton sitting under the apple tree and having an apple fall on his head is probably an embellished story. But the fact does remain that Isaac Newton probably saw an apple fall from the tree and that he made the observation that every time an apple fell, it fell straight to the ground. The path it followed did not deviate. From the branch to the ground was a straight line. He then hypothesized about gravity and the Earth's pull being stronger than that of the air. Now, it's fascinating that John uses two different words that are translated into the English word know. The first word he uses occurs every other time except once, and that being in the second part of verse 20. It means to see. To expand that meaning, it means to gain knowledge through observation. In other words, each time John uses that word in these 8 verses, he says that in some way we have gained knowledge of Christ through the sense of sight. And then he says that Christ has come so that we gain knowledge by him of what is true. The word that John uses here means that we gain knowledge by utilizing some or all of the senses rather than just one sense. God has given us understanding through our senses that Christ is the Son of God and that by believing in him we have eternal life. Now it's interesting, he ends his letter with a warning, and that is that we are to be on guard from idols. And how do you recognize an idol? Well, it's only by the act of seeing. But what do we do if we look at an idol? We only see a man-made thing. It does nothing but practice gravity. Christ is different. We have seen him. The apostles have eaten with him, they've conversed with him, they've walked with him, and they've spoken to him. An idol can do none of these things. Therefore, our sight can give us insight as to how we can tell an idol from the truth. If it is inanimate, it cannot be the truth.